asked mayor everything in the world, including a liar by this man, which he was not. And I offered him plenty of opportunity to call me a liar, which they don't want to step out and be thrown off. And I tell you, folks, if you let that go away, get away with it in this city, that's part of the problem here. Nobody says anything about anything. Doesn't work that way. Our country was built on a simple word of no. We told the King of England, no, no more. And you gotta uphill that ruling there. And that's all I had to say. And I'd still like something about the sewer line. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Scroggins. Jeanne Fancher?
Jeanne Fancher, 37248 55th Avenue South. Well, I have a microphone, but I'd appreciate it if you'd use yours, Honorable Mayor and Council, both for the court record, the Secretary's recording, and for my recording. But I didn't come really to speak about that. I was just walking around my neighborhood and mentioned to somebody that I lived in Pacific, on the end of 55th, and they said, I didn't know the Pacific was on the hill. And I talked to somebody at a garage sale yesterday, and they thought my section of Pacific was annexed in. Well, it was part of the original 1907 plat by C.D. Hillman. There are no signs on the hill that indicate you're entering the city of Pacific. There are approximately 4 roads or intersections that go into the West Hill. County Line Road, 384th at 51st, 51st at 372nd, and 55th at 372nd. And really, a lot of the discussions down here, you kind of forget about it. The idea that Pacific is just in the valley is erroneous or unlearned or whatever you want to call it, and I'd just like to bring that to the council's attention to let you know that there is a large area up there that does not have sewers, does not have street sweepers, does not have storm drains, does not have paved city roads, does not have, well, we do have some occasional police patrols now. I've seen the police car twice this weekend. But they didn't go down any of the Pacific roads. They just traveled 372nd and 49th Avenue in Pierce County, in King County. So I just wanted to remind you, we're up on the hill. I'd appreciate some signage, letting folks know that they are entering the city of Pacific, and maybe there'd be a little more participation down here in the valley by the folks up on the hill if they were reminded occasionally that they do live in the city of Pacific. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanne. Is there any other public comment? None? Anybody else? Okay, moving on. Next item on the agenda is the mayor's report. I have a very short, brief report this evening. Speaking with Robin, the gal that we hired to come in and do our action items minutes, she is almost finished and she feels like she may be complete with that task by this Friday. So that's good news. I'm really excited about that. And then she may fill in over at the senior center and help out for driving the bus until we get somebody hired over there. So that's really good news. But anyway, just want to let everybody know that we almost have 100% minutes and we should hopefully be viewing them at our next workshop. So be prepared. Next item on the agenda is I want to thank Councilmember Walker. If any of you are able to receive Channel 21, it is now up and running. So we do have a slideshow, it's moving. I would love to hear any comments, suggestions, ideas on how we can enhance that. You put something together, got it up and running, and I think there's about 8 different slides or something that is talking about the different events that are taking place here in Pacific. The other thing I want to let everybody know is I have now scheduled that I will be in City Hall for sure on Tuesdays from about 12:30 until 5:30 or whenever. I can be here to make appointments. If anybody wants to come in and talk to me, we will be having our weekly staff meeting from 3 until 4. But other than that, I'm making myself available, and that's a day for sure. You can count on me being at City Hall during business hours. I also have been here various times during the week meeting different contractors or different agencies regarding other things that have been coming up, so it's kind of hit and miss, but I have blocked out that time that you can find me here at City Hall if you need to have any discussion with me, if any of the citizens want to make an appointment. And if you do want to speak with me and I'm not here, please grab one of my cards, call me, and set up an appointment so that we can set up a time for me to come down and meet with you. So your opinions really matter. The last thing I'd like to talk about is, at one point, those that attended the fifth Monday when I said, come talk to the mayor, have a conversation with the mayor, one of the things that I said that I wanted to do was have like a town picnic. Well, it's working out that the time is getting too close, and it's really not working out to be able to plan a real successful event. So my thought is to have a lot of time to plan an event that already takes place, but want to change the name a little bit and work with Pacific Partnerships, is have a City Hall lighting ceremony. And not just call it a tree lighting ceremony, because I don't want to be excluding any religion or anything like that. I want it to be a true community event, and that I will be contributing my salary for the month of November to replace lights, to get lights on that tree. So we can have a nice looking tree and lights around City Hall over it. And the reason I'm calling it City Hall lighting ceremony is, if you recall, when we do the countdown, the lights come on at City Hall, they come on the senior center, they come on at the police and fire station, and these come on at the post office, and they all come on at the same time. So it really is a City Hall lighting ceremony, and this gives us plenty of time to work with partnerships, work with other citizens in the community, and make this a real community event. It's something that I think we can plan for, give ourselves plenty of notice, and really put some good time in that. And so that's what I'll be planning on, working on. Got my promise, I'm dedicating a whole month's salary to lights so that we can have good lights, LED lights too, so that they're cost effective and ecology safe or whatever. Anyway, so that ends my report for this evening. We'll move on to the finance report. Rich, that's you.
Yes, I finished up the financial report, the draft financial reports through June 30th today, and I have passed them out to the council members. I thought the attorney was a council member, so if you could slide it down to that so you can see, that'd be great. Anyway, so I put a little, I tried to put an organizational so that it's easy to follow. There's quite a bit. I included all the line items. And it also includes the drafted, actually, the preliminary final numbers for 2012 as well. You can notice that in one of the columns. The column that says 12/31/12, year-to-date 2012. Those numbers are I'm fairly confident in. Actually, I'm confident in. We just have a couple of final changes to look at. And then we will be preparing the annual report over the next few weeks, Betty and I, to get to the state auditors so that we can facilitate the audit happening hopefully sometime in October. If you have any questions about this report, there's also a synopsis in the front which shows the funds and the activity in the funds. It's the summary, so it's easy to look at for both 2012 for the whole year and for this year through June 30th. I think that's about it. So like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to call me, contact me for a meeting. I'm always looking forward to chatting with you guys, getting to know you, and helping you understand some things you might not.
Thanks, Rich.
Sure.
So, I think, did you mention too, these are preliminary that they're...
Yes, they're drafts. As on the front page shows, we still have a few changes to make, but we're moving on pretty well.
That's why we don't have copies for the public right now. It's preliminary, and so when we do have some good solid numbers, we will have copies for the public. Okay, thank you. Next, court statistics. I don't think we get them in the packet here. So we're going to get into that one tomorrow. Okay, good. And then public safety. That's you, Elsie.
I have no report at this time.
Okay, great, except for maybe that open house that's coming up.
Yes, September 20th, that's still on.
Okay, great.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you. They've been planning a lot on that, sounds great. Public Works, Community Development, and, no, we don't have anybody here. Ken is asked for a couple vacation days, he's not here. And then, so, Community Services.
Well, we are doing a whole bunch of things at the senior center. We have, Mondays, we have Stone Soup from 11 to 1. You guys should all come. It's free to all ages. One of the volunteers and I were discussing today on how to decrease our budget, and we're gonna start using plates and silverware and our little bowls, and we're gonna do away with all the plastic and she had agreed to do dishes. So, how could I pass that up?
I didn't agree.
No. It was Linda Ostrander. She's the one that stepped up and said that she was gonna do it.
Okay.
Not you, Shirley. You always do so much. And we have haircuts and foot care on the first Wednesdays of the month. Anybody can come, there's not an age, this is just, public type of thing. We do have a blood pressure, check on the second Friday. Once again, I believe that's open to anybody in the community. They do take and they record your blood pressure and they save it in their file, that type of thing. We have movies every Friday at 2 o'clock. They're spellbinding movies, they're wonderful. That is open to anybody who wants to come. There's usually snacks, soda if I can scrounge up some sodas. There's 2 trips to Walmart that we take a month, besides our lunch that I pick up the seniors Tuesday through Friday. If you're 60 or over, P.C.S. Catholic Community Services has a great lunch that they do from 12 to 12:30. It's free if you're over 60. The trip to Walmart is twice a month. That's also free. What else? That's all we have on that part. I did talk to Sean here, my new friend from the Auburn Reporter, and we're going to advertise events in the Auburn Reporter through the community calendar. So I thought that was pretty wonderful. I'm trying to get Rainier Vista more active in the senior center. We have been passing out calendars every month to them. I did put a big flyer about the bridge, the card game. I also put a flyer in there because P.C.S. now has a new cook. Her name is Katrina. I've heard raving things about her food, so I also put another flyer in there for Rainier Vista. Because I want them to come over, eat lunches, drink all the coffee I can make, get all the snacks that I can make, and get them more involved along with all the seniors in our community. I do have rock painting planned. We're going to make coasters. I'm going to go to Lowe's and see if they'll donate tiles, ceramic tiles, so we can make coasters. Amber wants to have a PJ party. So we'll just, see what happens. Joanne and I have things planned with the seniors. We're going to have a tea party, both young kids and seniors. We're also going to do crafts with the young kids and the seniors, that type of thing. We're also, Joanne and I are talking about a joint lunch for the fundraiser for the holidays as well. We're wanting more crafts, more games. I was on Pinterest. If anybody knows Pinterest, they have like microwavable heating pads that you can make and sewing projects and pine cone garland. If anybody wants to donate pine cones, we also are asking for donations for dishcloths, dish towels. We have plenty of bags, thank you, Mayor. We also have plenty of coffee cups now. I also want to thank our volunteers. Gary, that's working in our community garden, he has supplied for the past, I'm thinking, 3 weeks, the zucchini that we use in our roasted vegetables. They're wonderful, they're so fresh, they're just great. That's, saving on our budget when we get these great big nice zucchinis. And that's all that I have.
I have a comment. She's a wonderful stone soup cooker.
Okay. No comments on reports, please.
I also have agendas, calendars, if anybody wants a calendar.
Excellent.
We have a whole bunch of calendars.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Dr. Okay, any reports from council?
One comment, Mayor, instead of a city lighting ceremony, I would suggest a city illumination ceremony. City Hall lighting ceremony sounds a whole lot like a bonfire light.
Hey, and we're gonna see Kumbaya too, okay? Anyway, any other reports from council? All right. So, all right, committee boards, anybody from the park board have a report? Nope. Public Works Committee, anything to report? If not, all right, Civil Service. Planning Commission? Okay, skateboard, I went to the skateboard meeting, attended it, half the people didn't know who I was. But it was really interesting, it's nice to have a seat at the table, and mostly the conversation was regarding moving forward with trying to get another special session going with the transportation budget that did not get passed in this last session, and talking about the tour and urging Governor Inslee to call for a special session, but he will not do it unless he knows he has the vote for that to pass. And so working on those kind of things and looking at the 2040 vision on transportation. So there was a lot of discussion around that. If anybody would like my the handouts that they have, I do have copies, and I'd be happy to put them in your box. Just let me know. So here's County Regional Council. All right. That's right, not in August. Sound Cities Association, I attended the civil service meeting that evening, but I did not make it to the Sound Cities Association. They are having a networking dinner that council members are welcome to attend. I think the tickets are like $40 a piece. It'll be at Snoqualmie Golf Resort. I have the information on my desk. Attorney General Bob Ferguson will be the keynote speaker, and it is September 25th. So if you would like further information, I'd be happy to forward it to you. I plan on attending if anybody wants to attend with me. It's a really good networking dinner to meet other council members and stuff. So anyway, Valley Regional Fire Authority.
I've heard them.
Okay, excellent. So moving on to first item on the agenda, resolution number